Myself Siddharth Chauhan. Welcome to Easy MedChem. Today's part of the video will be covering about the remaining section which we have already covered in the previous section of the videos of the cerebrum. So today we'll be covering about the remaining section of the cerebrum, which are the Broca's area, vernix area, insula. In the previous section of the videos, we had covered about the lobes of the cerebrum, which are the frontal lobe, parietal lobe, temporal lobe, and the occipital lobe, and their functioning. Frontal lobe is for the emotional expression, problem solving. Because of these functions, it is also called as a control panel of our personality, and it is for the primary motor functions. So the primary motor functions are under the control of the frontal lobe of our brain. The parietal lobe is for the sensory perception, and it is for the taste, hearing, smell, touch, sight, and it is chief sensory area for the brain. The 2-point discrimination, localized touch, attention based coordination, language processing. So all these are the functions of the parietal lobe, or under the control of the parietal lobe of our brain. The temporal lobe is for the auditory stimulus, and it is a vital structure of the lobe, help to process the sensory input including the pain and auditory stimulus. So it is also help in understanding the language, retain visual memories. The occipital lobe is the dedicated for vision. So it is for the vision. Occipital lobe is for the vision and highly complex, determining different color, assessing distance, size, depth, receiving raw visual data from the perception sensation in the eyes retina. So this we have already covered in the previous section of the video. So let's start today's video. If this is the cerebrum from the lateral aspect, if this is the frontal lobe, this is the parietal lobe, this is the temporal lobe, and this is the occipital lobe. This part is the occipital lobe, isn't it? In between the frontal lobe and the temporal lobe, there present an insula. This is also called as a fifth lobe of the cerebrum. It is also named by the fifth lobe of the cerebrum, which is the insula. The insula is having two parts, which is the anterior and the posterior part. The anterior part of the insula is controlling the olfaction and the taste. It is for the olfactory and the taste, whereas the posterior part of the insula is controlling the language functions. So beneath the frontal lobe and the temporal lobe, there present an insula, which is the fifth lobe of the cerebrum. It has two structures, or the two areas, which is the anterior area of the insula and the posterior area of the insula. The anterior area of the insula is controlling the olfactory and the taste, whereas the posterior area of the insula is controlling the language function. There are two types of areas which are present in the cerebrum, which are controlling the speech. These are the Broca's area and the vernix area. The Broca's area is located in the inferior frontal gyrus, or the Broca's area is also called as a motor speech area. It is also named as a motor speech area. Motor speech area. So the Broca's area is present in the frontal lobe, and it is also called as a motor speech area. It is located in the inferior frontal gyrus, and in the majority of the individual it is important on the left or the dominant hemisphere. So in majority of the individual it is present in the left hemisphere, isn't it? Because it is a dominant hemisphere. If somehow there occurs an ablation in the Broca's area, it will result in the paralysis of the speech. If somehow the Broca's area get destroyed or ablated, so it will result in the paralysis of the speech. This area will bring about the formation of the word. So the Broca's area, which is present in the frontal lobe of the cerebrum, it is responsible for formation of the word. The vernix area. The vernix area is connected to the Broca's area by a bundle of nerve fibers. It consists of auditory association cortex and judgment adjacent part of the inferior parietal lobule. This area is concerned with the understanding of the speech. So the vernix area is for the understanding of the speech, and the Broca's area is for the formation of the word or for giving the speech, isn't it? So the two types of area which is controlling the speech are the Broca's area and the Wernicke's area. The Broca's area is called the motor speech area, whereas the Wernicke's area is called the understanding of speech area, isn't it? So that's all for this part of the video. We'll be covering about the remaining section of the cerebrum in the next part of the video. So do like, share and subscribe my channel and press bell icon for more notification. And please guys do comments also. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe Easy MedChem and press bell icon for more notification.